A year and a half after the introduction of the first drastic corona measures, Denmark is saying goodbye to the last restrictions in the country. One of the keys to success: advanced digitization. In Denmark, as I said, the last corona restrictions introduced in the pandemic have been lifted. Since Friday, you no longer have to show a corona passport for certain major events with more than 2,000 spectators, such as games in the top Danish football league. Proof that you have been vaccinated, recovered or tested negative is not required in the recently reopened clubs. At the same time, COVID-19, the disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus, is no longer classified as a socially critical disease. This categorization was the basis, for example, for bans on assemblies or compulsory masks. Instead, COVID-19 is now considered a generally dangerous disease. This means, among other things, that there are still certain restrictions on entering the country. The authorities can also continue to introduce local restrictions, such as the temporary closure of a school after corona outbreak or restrictions on visits to nursing homes. Health Minister Magnus Heunicke said on Friday that the final easing would only be possible thanks to the great progress made in vaccination, control of the epidemic, and the great commitment of the entire Danish population. Keep watching the epidemic closely and be ready to act quickly in the event of serious developments. That is what's important now. At the same time, the Danish Health Administration wants to work with a new campaign to ensure that people stick to corona-related habits. These include, for example, thorough hand hygiene and staying at home when you're sick or showing symptoms. The mask requirement and other restrictions have been gradually reduced in the northernmost German neighbor in the past weeks and months. Most recently, at the beginning of the month, nightlife was allowed to reopen after a year and a half, but initially with the requirement to be able to show a test, vaccination or recovery on your smartphone using a corona passport. At the same time, this requirement had been lifted for bars, fitness studios and also others. To date, more than 83% of all people in the country over the age of 12 have been fully vaccinated. Denmark also tested a lot. The EU country benefited, among other things, from its advanced digitization, which made it easier, for example, to invite citizens to vaccinate in an uncomplicated manner and to send them the results of their corona tests. The digitization, which has been strategically advanced for 20 years, had made both the test and the vaccination campaign easier, explained the managing director of the German-Danish Chamber of Commerce, Rainer Perau. In addition, there is a high level of social trust among the Danes. People trusted each other and also the government when it recommended that citizens get vaccinated. When entering from abroad, however, certain restrictions still apply, depending on the country or region of origin. German travelers who have not been vaccinated or have recovered must be tested for corona after entering the country. Schleswig-Holstein, which borders to Denmark, is not affected though. And there's one thing about the vaccination. Our clubs here are open where I live, with smaller numbers, but still, we had one case with 44 infections on one party. And the point is there that the 44 infections sounds bad, all good, but none of them is seriously ill. And that's the point. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.